We have said for a long time that Wellington Catholic starts with we. We hear that we believe in Catholic values, which call us to loving service to anyone in need. We belong to communities that instill hope.
At our November Spiritual Development Day, we showed that together we are truly extraordinary, using our talents to support over 30 charities in Guelph and Wellington County under the theme, Care for Each Other, Care for Our Common Home.
In the encyclical Laudato Si, Pope Francis reminds us that many things have to change course, but it is we human beings above all who need to change. He also reminds us that all is not lost. Human beings are also capable of rising above themselves, choosing again what is good, and embarking on new paths to authentic freedom.
This resonated with me because when I was a kid,
The format of this year was essentially incredible.
and but this really stuck with me. That Jesus saw us last night.
It allowed me to connect with staff that I don't tend to connect with on a personal level, and it allowed us to really be present and show that we are there to care for each other. It was a day of gratitude.
I found that the staff were really engaged in Spiritual Development Day. I think I loved getting together as an entire board in the past, but this year as just the staff themselves getting together was actually really powerful, and people really enjoyed it. Probably the most powerful, of course, is the giving and the idea of service. And giving and service are always extremely rewarding, of course, and it is partly what we all as educators live for.
This is another tree that the teachers helped decorate. This is a really unique tree because it's actually sort of a memory tree. We have names of all the residents that have recently passed away. I think it's within the year. So we had those done up later, but the teachers were able to decorate the rest of the trees. So. Our staff were great to help the teachers figure out what it was that they could do. The teachers also brought some decorations that their students had made, which was great, and the residents really enjoy them. Our staff were really happy to be putting them up in the home. They're in some of the common areas as well as some of the neighborhoods. So I think there was sort of caring back and forth for everyone. The volunteers, the teachers, were obviously caring for our home and wanting to help us decorate it, and also to engage with the residents, which was great. And then our staff were very caring and making sure they had a good experience.
Yeah, I think one of the things that, working with the Catholic board that, for me personally, I'm really connected to nature, and the Catholic board has our program at the Catholic board has always been an integral part of the spiritual experience and the Catholic experience, and the opportunity to connect with the natural environment, the opportunity to spend time outside in the natural world and appreciate it through the eyes of God or through the eyes of a child is a wonderful thing. And sometimes we think with our head and we talk about ecological integrity. I think it's equally, if not more important, to talk about our spiritual connectedness to our natural environment and the importance that it has, not only to our spirit, but to our mental well-being.
I
thought that Spiritual Development Day was an incredible opportunity for frontline education workers and staff to see the difference that they're making every day in the lives of their students, to get to learn a little bit more information about some of the community organizations that their students may be using, but also a huge opportunity for the staff of the Wellington Catholic Board to see the difference that they're making through the community.
Well, Spiritual Development Day is definitely a passion project for both Steph and I. We've been co-chairs of the day for a couple of years. And this year we loved going to Bishop Mac as a full community and to learn from and grow together. But there was a strong desire to spend time with our individual staffs. And in addition to that, we also thought it would be great to reach out to our community partners. And there's no better way to put your faith into action than to work with places that are doing that on a day-to-day basis.
The different components of the day, the believe, the belong, and the be extraordinary, were tied together very nicely between the faith animators who participated in sharing the liturgy to the belong part where the staff came together as one and unified in their activities, and then the extraordinary piece where we went out into the community or provided donations for the community was also a very important part.
One of the outcomes of our strategic plan, Faith Forward, is that we are called to be a Catholic community that understands and aspires to contribute to the faith formation and well-being of students, each other, and our community. Our theme and structure for Spiritual Development Day, Care for Each Other and Care for Our Common Home, was this beautiful opportunity to deepen awareness of our interconnectedness with one another and with the environment. Another important focus for the day was to ensure that Catholic social teaching is understood and witnessed through our prayer and our actions. Ultimately, our life is for service, and we do this in community and for community. We were truly blessed to live fully and deeply into the experiences of the day and to believe, belong, and be extraordinary.